Hi everybody, really excited to share with you some information today that's going to affect not only your life but also the lives of the people you love. And today we're talking about nutrition, we're talking about food, we're talking about diets. You know, I stopped saying the word diets years ago because if you break it down, what does the word diet have in it? Die. Not a very positive way to go about cleaning up your health and nutrition. Nutrition has had a huge impact on my life. Prior to becoming a doctor of chiropractic, I studied biochemistry with a focus in nutrition, not only scholastically inside the classroom and the laboratories, but also on a personal level. You know, it became really evident to me at a young age that nutrition had a real big impact on my ability to perform in sports, perform in school, as well as how I felt. Bit more of a background. I grew up here in Escondido, California. My father is an organic farmer. I grew up on an avocado orchard with Dad growing all of our vegetables. And every day we'd wake up in the morning and we'd run through the orchard and make sure that all the irrigation was working, making sure the avocados were getting the right watering. And we had our own chickens, which gave us our own eggs. And really all the vegetables and most of our foods came directly from Dad's garden. Now fast forward out of high school and I start college, and I was a starving college student, and I figured out my second year in college, because the first year I lived in the dorm and had great food. The second year in college I lived on my own with 4 other roommates and commuted to school, and I figured out that if I went to Jack in the Box, I could get a plain chicken sandwich and 2 tacos for $3.26. And I jumped on that. I thought, hey, this is a whole lot more cost effective than making my own food. Well, I did this for over 2.5 months, and at the end of that semester I went home for Christmas, and I'll never forget my parents looking at me and going, whoa, Ian, what's wrong with you? I was like, there's nothing wrong, I feel great. They go, you don't look very good. Well, upon further examination, my dad talked to me and said, son, you're not looking good. How are you sleeping? And I thought about it and I went, yeah, I'm not sleeping well at all. And my grades went down, and I was spending less and less time in the ocean, surfing, snorkeling, and free diving. Basically, my whole quality of life since I started eating Jack in the Box, this is 1998, my quality of life dramatically went downhill. And it was in that moment, talking with my father, that I realized it was solely due to my nutrition. Because I was eating processed foods, genetically modified foods, my body was not at its peak performance. Now, being 19 years of age, it's really difficult for me to see at that time how much of an impact that nutrition had, until I looked back and looked at my quality of life. My scholastics, my athletics, my sleep, my immune system. I was routinely getting more and more sick. So I made it my passion, my mission right then and there to learn as much as I possibly could about nutrition, learn as much as I could about foods and how they affect specifically my body, which would later lead to me understanding how foods affect other bodies. And you know, if I look at all the different nutrition plans out there, whether it's vegetarian, whether it's vegan, whether it's paleo, ketogenic, low carb, no carb, slow carb, all of these nutrition plans have a lot of similarities. And the one thing that stands out and why they all work is all of these types of diets, if you will, they all cut out carbohydrates, they all cut out sugars. So number one thing you can do for your health and nutrition, stop eating refined carbohydrates. Flour, bread, candies, sugars, chips, all these simple carbohydrates, they turn into sugar in the body and they slow all the processes in your body down.